We have a cultural script for men. It's written in stone, passed down from fathers to sons. It says, strong men don't leak. We call it being a man. We call it stoicism. But psychologically, what is it really? It is a mask. And masks are exhausting to wear. But today, we aren't talking about the men who wear the mask. We're talking about the men who have the courage to take it off.
We are talking about the psychology of the man who isn't afraid to cry in public. And spoiler alert, he isn't weak. In fact, he might be one of the strongest people in the room. Let's get biological for a second. There is a misconception that tears are a sign of a malfunctioning brain. Actually, crying is a regulator. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and toxins that build up in our system.
When a man cries, he is activating his parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. It is his body's way of saying, the threat is over. I am safe. It takes a secure mind to allow the body to do that in front of others. Psychologically, men who can cry in front of others possess two critical traits: high emotional intelligence and a secure attachment style. Let's break that down. Emotional intelligence isn't about being soft. It's about being accurate. It's the ability to identify the emotion, process it, and let it pass. Men who hide their tears aren't processing. They are burying. And buried emotions don't disappear. They just grow claws.
Here is the part that might surprise you. The tough guy who never cries is often high in neuroticism, meaning he is actually more anxious. He is anxious about how he is perceived. He is controlled by his ego. Meanwhile, the man who cries, he is confident in his identity. He isn't afraid of judgment because his sense of self isn't fragile. He knows that his value doesn't depend on looking untouchable.
Think of it like this. Waterproof armor is heavy. It keeps the rain out, but it also keeps the air out. Eventually, you suffocate. When a man cries in public, he gives the people around him a gift. He gives them permission. He breaks the tension in the room. He tells the other men, it's okay to be human. And he tells the women, I am not hiding from you. So, what is the psychology of the unashamed crier? It is the psychology of a leader. It is the psychology of a man who has processed his grief, his joy, and his frustration into fuel. We think that holding it together means holding it in. But the great myth of masculinity is that a river only has power when it is dammed up.
The truth? A river has power when it knows how to flow. The tear is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of release. It is the ultimate act of self-awareness. Because the man who is brave enough to show you his tears is the man who is strong enough to fight for what matters. So the next time you see a man shed a tear, don't see a broken man. See a man who is finally whole.